Before I get started on the grill, I'm going to soak these cedar planks in water for about 2 hours. This is a food grade.
2 hours?
Yes, 2 hours. This is a food grade of cedar, and don't use something that's not made for food. You can put anything on this that you like to have a smoky flavor on the grill. Fish is perfect, of course, but you can put chicken, beef, pork, seafood, or veggies on the cedar plank, and it's a fun way to cook your food outside on the grill. Okay, we're going in. While the plank is soaking, you might want to put something on top of it to hold it down so that it stays underwater. That way it gets nice and wet from all sides, and this prevents you from having fire flare up while you're cooking the food. So it's kind of important. Hi there. Today we're going to make some salmon on the grill. My favorite way to cook salmon is on the cedar plank. So I took about 2 hours to soak these planks in water. You can see they're dripping wet. This one is dripping wet. And it's a food grade of cedar, so make sure that you don't use something that's made for construction or a house, but because it's safe to eat off of. So that's soaking wet. Now I have about 1 pound of salmon fillets here, and they still have the skin on, and that's good. And we're just going to check and make sure there's no bones, okay? Because we don't want any bones later. So just take your fingers and go over all the areas where bones would have been connected, and make sure that there's nothing there. Then you don't have to worry about picking out bones later. These are perfect. Now the skin will come off as we cook this. It'll stick to the plank and won't be a worry at all. So we don't have to stress over removing the skin. Okay. I'm going to lay these together so that they're about even in thickness for cooking time. And I'm going to take some nice brown sugar. I'm going to add some black pepper, coarsely ground black pepper to the brown sugar. And don't be shy about that. We're going to use a lot of pepper. Mix it in. Give a little pepper to the fish right off the bat. Okay, mix in the brown sugar and pat it down on the fish. Now you don't have to worry about, am I using too much, because it's actually going to melt as it cooks. It's going to run off the fish. It's going to cause the flames to flare up, and then it's going to cause the flare up to burn the board. And this is my most fun thing to cook because I like to mess around in the grill and burn things, but hopefully not the food. And it's just a fun thing to do on the grill, you'll see. So get everything covered with nice brown sugar. Pat it on firmly. Okay, now I have the grill warming up. It's very hot. I'm going to put this on even higher temperature right now because we don't want to put it on completely high so the board doesn't turn into a piece of charcoal, but there we go. We're going to place this nicely loaded cedar plank salmon on the grill, and make sure you have the tweezers. This is going to be your friend because when it starts to get a little too hot on the bottom, you want to be able to move this plank easily. And make sure you also have a spray bottle of water. I have a bottle of water here that just easily sprays. You can make sure it has a nice healthy spray, because if the board starts to burn on the bottom, you want to make sure it doesn't get out of control on your grill. I also have a simple old cake pan here, some kind of aluminum foil pan that fits over top of your plank. This is to help keep the heat in. It acts as a grill cover, only to a more intense degree, which will cook the fish faster, and it will also keep it from drying out if you cook the fish faster. Now I can already smell the cedar plank starting to burn. The reason for putting it on the plank is to give your fish a nice smoky flavor. You can see how the flames get a little persnickety when they get some sugar on them. Okay, so you can buy these cedar planks in the grilling department of your local stores. If you can't find them there, you can always buy them at the link that we have below. Okay, so now I'm just going to cover this up, give it a little start here with some high temperatures.
Go ahead.
That's all right, good. All right, I'm going to start to get some smoke coming out of the grill, so let's take a quick look here. Lift up your pan, and you'll see the sugar starting to burn. Here's where we got to pay attention to this. We don't want any massive fires. I just use my spray bottle to tame it a little bit. But I want to show you what's going on here. Underneath the board, you can see the board starting to turn a little bit. It's actually starting to burn. Can you see under there? All right, so if you can, every so often, we're going to take this board and keep it wet on the bottom, because that keeps it from becoming a total piece of charcoal. I just spray the board like this, put it back on the grill, and keep it going because we want that fish to be moist and smoky. Let's cover it up again. A little more fire we want to keep under control, because the sugar will burn. Sure thing. Let's take a look at the fish while this is going on. The brown sugar's melting into all the cracks. Take another peek here. All right. Got some flames going on here, which is okay, but let's keep it. See, I want you to look over here at this board.
Are we going to eat the wood?
No, we're not going to eat the wood, but that's what's giving us the smoky salmon.
But I probably could, huh?
No.
People would.
Only if you like toothpicks with your meal. This is why you can't use these boards over again, because what we have here now is the board that's already.
It's like perfectly seasoned now.
Yeah, it's seasoned.
The wood.
Yeah, but we can't return it to put food on it again. I'm just going to turn it around a little bit. And we're going to stick it under there again. Heat it up. That going. We got floating embers now. That means the board has, see, check this board out here. Can you get a look at that? It's a little flame here on the bottom. It's like it's on its own little grill. You take a temperature of the fish. Now, if you look at the side of the fish, you'll see that it's starting to show that it's finished. The secret to doing salmon on the plank perfectly is to not overdo it, and that's why we're using a thermometer. The temperature should be 145 degrees to eat it safely. And it's 131 right now. So we're going to cover it back up and let it finish up. Okay, now we're going to take a temperature again on this thing. Take the thickest part of the meat, get right in the middle there. 143, 144, great. And over here, 153. We got a couple different thicknesses going on here. So it's going to continue to rise a few degrees when we take it out. I think it's looking perfect. All right, so I'm going to take this pan, give it a place to go to, and we're going to lift the plank right into there, and I'll show you how to get it off. There we go. Look at that. Is that great? Is that delicious looking? Okay. Right in the pan. Put this over to the table and I'll slide it off for you. Alright, we're going to put this on a plate, and if you see when I start to take it off, the skin comes right off the bottom. So we're going to slide the skin off. I'll show you this side first. See how that comes right off? And then your serving does not have to have any of that scaly stuff on the bottom. Pull it right off. Just put it to the plate. Get the rest of that. The oils from the fish separate right at that point. And off comes the ugly skin. Now, some people like to eat that. And I've grilled this already where I took the skin and rolled it up like a little taco and cooked it for people, and they think that's a delicacy. You could try that. But here we go. We're going to do another one. Just if you just push it, the skin usually sticks down to the board a little bit and comes right off. See that? Get rid of it. Okay. Slide that over here for nice. I think this is something you should try if you love grilling. It's fun to play with the fire and the burning board. Let me show you what the other side of the board looks like. Look at that. It's crispy. It's burnt like a charcoal briquette. And you would never want to use that again. Okay, try it. Cedar plank salmon. It's my favorite fish on the grill.